3 words. The door opened. Well, you know, they have a tendency to do that. Doors have a tendency to open. But you know, when they close, there's always another one. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do not know what's wrong with me. Hello, my fellow book nerdies. I hope you guys have been having a fantastic week. I just have to take a minute to say thank you so much for all of the support that I got in my last video. You guys, I have no words. I am doing something that requires the use of words. So it's not lost on me, and I really appreciate it. It's good to know that we're not alone in this whole YouTube world that we're all trying to figure out here. We are seriously gonna be picking our books for the month of April. Say what? So, a few things. Okay, I am still gonna be picking 6 books from my TBR jar for the month of April, and this might not necessarily go the best, but we're gonna do it. I'm also part of a book club, so we have a book. Unfortunately, I never know when we're gonna pick the book. We didn't actually have our book picked until I think it was in the middle of the second week. I'm not gonna know what that book is until later. I decided to do my book bingo a little bit differently. Book bingo is just about fulfilling the bingo. It doesn't necessarily have to be its own book. If I save my book bingo for last and I happen to have a book prompt in my bingo that already fits a book that's already been picked from my TBR, I can still use that. So I don't need to make it a whole different book. Honestly, I've never done book bingo before, so I'm kind of just making it up as I go. So this way, if I have an opportunity to do 7 books instead of 8 books, I can do that. And here's part of the reason why. Things are about to get super busy. I am now going to share with you guys that my husband and I got approved for a mortgage loan. You guys have no idea. Come September, we will have been married for 23 years. And in those 23 years, we have never owned a place of our own. My husband is now a retired military serviceman. We were just all over the place. And so we were never able to really just settle down and buy a place. And then when the opportunity arose, we looked around, but nothing ever seemed to open up where we were at. And then not even 3 months after that, my husband had a job opportunity in a whole different state. So we ended up moving our entire family. It'll be 4 years in April that we have lived in this state now. We finally decided it was time, and so we applied for it. We thought, you know what, the worst thing that can happen is they can tell us no, and we have to wait longer. We have been trying so hard to get our credit where we want our credit at because we want low interest rates. Lo and behold, we got approved. So I am so excited. However, this means I'm probably not going to have as much time for reading books. Buying a place is a huge task. I mean, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's very stressful and it's very busy. And then, of course, my sons are in 4-H, and my middle child, he is doing shooting sports through the 4-H Foundation. So he's doing the 22, he's doing the air pistol, he's doing the air rifle, he's also doing photography. Both of my boys have club stuff and fundraisers and bake sales. It's a lot going on there as well. And then my daughter and I, we sew and we do foam work. We do cosplay competitions. And if you've been with my channel, you've probably already seen a little bit of that. But we have a competition coming up in August, and I am doing Kali from Genshin Impact. She's one of my all-time favorite characters. I love the game. It's just a lot of stuff going on right now. And then when we do get a place, there's going to be the moving process. And like, long story short, I'm going to be busy, y'all. The truth of the matter is, I just don't know how many books I'm going to be able to read. I'm going to do my best. We're just going to do it. And we're going to see how many I get through. Also, in the next couple months, there are some books, y'all, that are coming out that I absolutely have to read like now. So at the end, after I pick my prompts and stuff, we're going to talk about the books that I know that are coming out in April that I absolutely have to read when they come out, like the minute they come out. I'm excited. Can you tell? Can you tell that I'm excited? No, you can't? Okay, well, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Here's my TBR jar that I've had for a year, and I have still yet to decorate. And maybe that will happen 2 years from now. Let's predict it. By 2028, maybe this will be decorated. Check back in 2 years. Okay, here we go. Oh, also, I did put some new prompts in here. I created this jar. Oops. I created this jar at the beginning of this channel. It needs new prompts. So this one is a book with a green cover. That one is so easy. I know exactly what I want to do. So let's grab it. So here we have it. It is Wildside by Elsie Silver. This is book 3 in the Rose Hill series. Now, I am desperately trying to complete some book series so that I don't have so many, but most of the books on my TBR shelf over here are all book 1s in new series. So I'm trying to like pretend they're not there right now, but they're all books that I really, really want to read. But you know what? I feel proud of myself. I am so proud of myself because the first book I'm picking is a book that I've had for a while. It's part of a series that I'm trying to complete. I think there's only 4 books in the series. She's not doing any more in the Rose Hill series. Yay, I'm getting there. This book, I haven't read much about the back. I don't even know what couple this is. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I think I do know, but let's find out if I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, she's always dreamed of her wedding day, and those dreams never included saying I do to a man she hates. Okay, already. Forced wedding, kind of like it. I like books like that where they're, you know, forced to be married for whatever reason and they really hate each other, but they're forced, like forced proximity, right, because they're married. Loving it already. But when Tabitha's nephew's guardianship is contested, she decides she'll do whatever it takes to keep him in Rose Hill, even if it means marrying the enemy, Reese Dupree. Reese Dupree? Poor guy. Anyways, a man who is secretive, broody, and completely infuriating. A man whose work takes him away for weeks on end and brings him back covered in mysterious bruises. Ones he won't talk about. In fact, Tabitha and Reese barely talk at all, which would be fine, except when he's not talking, he's staring, and the way he looks at her is borderline indecent. Woo! The tension between them has always been palpable, but living under the same roof is a dangerous temptation. Tabitha swore she would never forgive him, but that was before she knew the man behind the mask, the one who's fierce and protective, the one who's gentle and patient, the one who shows up for her and her nephew when they need him most. He's not at all who she thought he was, and that makes hating her husband so much harder and loving him just a little too easy. Aww. Guys, I'm really excited about this book because I love Tabitha and I love Reese, and you get to kind of meet him because he's part of the little bowling team that main characters in the other series had kind of put together. He is that quiet, broody type guy, and hello, it matches the green, right? Like, can you guys tell that I'm totally into spring? And it's 77 degrees outside. And it's in April. The last several years in April, we were snowing. We were snowing. Anyways, I'm getting off topic again. Why am I doing this? I'm just really excited over life right now, guys. I'm just excited about life. Okay, we're going to do it. Ready? He nods firmly. He agrees. We're reading this book and we're going to be happy about it. We're going to love it. I'm going to take a drink of my Diet Pepsi because our area, we're on a Diet Dr. Pepper shortage. I can't find Diet Dr. Pepper anywhere. It's my favorite and apparently everybody in this area loves it. Book prompt number 2. I'm really starting to get excited, you guys. We're already starting out amazing. I'm just diving in. We'll see what we get. Whatever it is, I think it's a long one. Nope, it was deceptively long. And you guys, I cannot believe this. So the prompt is, the cover is your favorite color. Y'all, my favorite color be green. If that isn't obvious by now, but my favorite color is green. So now I gotta find another green book. I'm here for it. Let's do it. I feel right now that these 2 books alone should have been March reads because, you know, St. Patty's Day green. We're a month late, but I love it. So remember earlier in my video where I was talking about how I was excited to be reading a book that's completing a series? Yeah, well, let's start a new one. And I'm showing you the back of it. Isn't that lovely? We are going to read The Ever King, the only other green book that I have. This is by L.J. Andrews, and I'm very excited about this book. This is book 1 in the Everseas series. This book sounds so good, although in a way, it gives me more summery reading vibes, but hello, it's practically summer outside now anyways, so we can get away with it. She sets him free only to steal his heart. You guys, this book sounds amazing. Sounds freaking amazing. They stole his crown crown, so he stole their daughter. For years, Eric, the scarred king of the Ever Kingdom, has thought of nothing but vengeance against the man who killed his father and trapped him beneath the waves, making him a prisoner in his own realm, until his enemy's daughter unintentionally breaks the chains on the Ever, and Eric makes her the unwitting pawn in his vicious game of revenge. She's innocent, he's vicious, but he will take back what he lost no matter the price, unless she steals his heart first. And we know what's gonna happen, but it could take 4 or 5 or 6 books. So, let's go. My leg roared. Okay. I mean, my legs roar all the time. I'm old. I can't get out of bed without something creaking. This sounds so good. Look at the cover of that. So and it's book 1. I'm not sure if book 2 is out. I'm not sure how new this book is. Ooh, it's got a map, you guys. I love books with maps. So, but let's see. When was this published? So, this was published in 2023. Oh, yep. See, the Ever Seas series. There's actually 3 books out right now. The Ever King, the Ever Queen, and the Mist Thief. If I end up loving this book and wanting to continue the series, I do have other books that I can get into. So, book 2. Done. Let's move on to book 3. You ready for book 3? I'm ready for book 3. Yeah. You shocked me. You shocked me. This is my Alaskan Kaitea. You'll see her in a lot of my videos. She's being such a doof right now. All right. A 5-star prediction read. Ooh. That I think will be a 5-star prediction. Okay, so I had to think about it because honestly, there's a couple of books that I think will be 5-star predictions. And so I had to decide if I wanted to start another series or pick a book that's a continuation to a series. Honestly, the only other one I could think of that's part of a series, it's a really big book. And because I'm going to be so busy, if I can stick to smaller books, I want to try to do that. So I decided to go with Sky Shielder by Lindsay Broker. I love Lindsay Broker a lot. She is the author that wrote the Death Before Dragons series. When I picked up this book, I didn't make that connection until like a little bit later. Oh my gosh. He helped destroy her family. Now he wants to protect her. Dare she trust him? For generations, magical sky shields have defended the Garden Kingdom from dragons and their savage riders. Now, the shield protecting the capital has been sabotaged, the castle destroyed, and all except the youngest member of the royal family slain. A healer with a love for books, antiques, and avoiding family gatherings, Princess Sela never thought the future of the kingdom would ever rely upon her or that assassins would be hunting her down. With only an aged bodyguard with bad knees to protect her, she's in way over her head. Then he shows up. Powerful and deadly dragon rider Captain Vorik claims to be from a faction that wants peace, not war, and who opposed the attack. Supposedly, he and his dragon ally were sent to protect Sela. With threats coming from all directions, she has no choice but to accept his help, but she doesn't trust him or her attraction to him. Why is he really here? To kill her? To spy on her? To seduce her? All Sela knows for certain is that she must get the best of Vorik before he can get the best of her. Her kingdom and her life depend upon it. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good. It's giving me goosebumps. Goosebumps. How are you, Your Highness? I'm doing well. Thank you very much. You may go. No, I'm just kidding. This is book 1 in the Fire and Fang series. And again, just by the author alone, I'm predicting that this is going to be a 5-star read because again, I loved her Death Before Dragons books. I'm still listening to them right now. And oh my gosh, do I love Val and Zab. They are like, they're one of my favorite book couples. Zab is on my book boyfriends list. I love Val. I wish that I knew Val in real life. She is so funny and quirky. And even though her life seems to be in utter chaos half of the time, she has this personality and air about her that's just so fun. I love how Lindsay Broker does her FMCs. So I can't wait to get in this book because I have a feeling that this book is going to be epic. Let's get right into book 4. Book 4. And I'm not going to talk to my dog this time because she's like crazy. She really wants to be outside because it's really warm, but she also doesn't want to be outside because it's really warm. I'm trying to get some of the ones from the bottom too. So I think I mixed them really, really well, but you know, sometimes you just don't know. The last book on your TBR. What do they mean by that? Just like the last book on your shelf? Would it be more like the last book you bought? I'm going to assume that's just the last book on your shelf because otherwise it would have said bought on it. So the last book on the shelf, and I start here So I'm gonna go this way. Oh man, another book that I'm really looking forward to, and I'm glad it was there. Hello, Past Me, my book planning. We're gonna read Guild. This is book 1 in the Plated Prisoner series. Starting another series, guys. I don't care. I don't care, because you know what? This book sounds amazing, and I've been wanting to read it forever. Gold. Gold floors, gold walls, gold furniture, gold clothes. In King Midas's castle, built at the top of the frozen mountains, everything is made of gold. Even me. That doesn't really tell us much about the book. I think she was at one point a prisoner or something, and but King Midas, she's like his prized possession, and so she's always with him and always around him. But then like some events happen, and then she suddenly starts realizing that maybe she wasn't as important to him as she thought he was. I'm not sure if this is going to be like a romance between her and this King Midas, or if King Midas is going to end up being like the bad guy in this book, and she ends up with somebody else. I'm not exactly sure. So I'm not exactly sure like who the official MMC is, or if maybe it's going to be some kind of weird love triangle thing. A lot of people loved it, so I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to getting into it. And just because we've done it with all the other ones, I only picked 3 words. Snow is crowding. Not here. We didn't have much of snow in our area. It was very dry, and I'm actually kind of worried about how hot the summer's gonna be because of that. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna melt. I'm gonna roast. Anyways, now let's move along. We've got 4 books. Let's work on book number 5. And I swear if I can get away with it, we're gonna do a book that's already part of a series. You guys, we just gotta. Ugh. Just one. Another. A book you bought this year. Oh, easy. Okay, easy in the fact that I've bought several this year. So I've got choices. Hard because I have choices, and now I gotta decide which one of those choices I want it to be. Let me go debate this with myself, and I'll be back. This is actually kind of easy. Back in February, I read The King of Frost and Shadows, which was such a freaking good book, you guys. I loved it so much that I immediately went and picked up book 2, and that is what we're gonna read. This is book 2 in the Faded to Darkness trilogy. We're gonna be continuing a series I've already started. Yay me, I managed to figure it out. I'm also very excited about this book. I mean, the cover of it is beautiful. It's got like purple with green thorns. And so basically in this series you have a Fae king named Tavish whose parents were killed by the Seelie court. And so in order to get revenge on the Seelie court and to free his people who are kind of trapped in an area where they're kind of starving, he goes to the human realm and he finds the lost princess of the Seelie court, Lyra, and he kidnaps her off of the human world, takes her back to his kingdom as a prisoner, planning to use her to free his people, to get revenge. In the process, totally falls for her. So then he starts having to war with himself on stick with his plan that he's had for a long time, get revenge, or follow his heart. But yeah. Oh, don't want to read the back of it, but I will. Let's see. 3 words. The door opened. Well, you know, they have a tendency to do that. Doors have a tendency to open. But you know, when they close, there's always another one. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I do not know what's wrong with me. Cannot wait to get into this book. It's going to be amazing. And now we're ready to pick our 6th and final TBR book. I'm excited because so far, oh my gosh, the books have been incredible. I'm really looking forward to April now. Although I feel like that way, after every TBR video, when I pick my books, I get really excited. And then I just want to read them all. But my brain doesn't have the capacity to read them all at the same time. I don't feel like I could give books enough justice if I tried to read multiple books at once. A book with more than 500 pages. You know, guys, I think I'm going to have to do it. I really don't want to, but I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. I'm pretty sure it's over 500 pages, and I really want to get through this series. Let's do it. Let's just do it. All right, book number 6 is actually book number 6 in the Zodiac Academy series. This is Faded Thorn by Caroline Peckman and Suzanne Valenti. I bought this entire series back towards the beginning of 2025, and I've been trying to get through this series. And mostly it's not because I don't like this series, because like I said, books 1 through 4 were all 5-star books for me. Book 5 was a tank for me. I did not like it, but but apparently a lot of people feel the same way, and everybody's just telling me, you know, to keep going, that book 6 gets better. So you know what? We're going to push through. We're going to get into book 6, and maybe, just maybe, by the end of 2026, I will have completed at least this series, if none others. Over 500 pages. This is 642 pages. Oh my gosh, I've talked about Zodiac Academy so much in so many of my series, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. You've got twins, so there's 2 FMCs. They're twin sisters. You've got Tori and you've got Darcy Vega. They were orphans in the human world, and then they got picked up by a fae who said, hey, by the way, you're not really humans. You're from the fae realm. You need to come with us. You're going to go to this academy to learn about your powers. So they go. They find out that their parents were actually the rulers of the land before they were murdered. And then after they were murdered, they're like these different powerful factions of family ended up like sharing the role of running the Fae Kingdom. And so at this Zodiac Academy, you have these 5 heirs who are set to take the throne when their parents step down. And of course, they don't want the Vega twins to stay because they are a danger to their what they believed is their throne. There's all of this bullying, so it's definitely a bully trope. They've been so mean to the girls, so definitely enemies to lovers, definitely bully trope. It's a twofold here. Is a lot of this going to be more fluff that I don't care about, or are we going to have a lot of stuff going on? And if we have a lot of stuff going on, oh my god, they've already been through so freaking much. What else are these Twisted Sisters going to put these girls through? But I do love this series. I know that I complained about it after book 5, and I know it's been taking me forever to get through it, but it's not because I don't like the series or love the series. It's just there's so many books, so little time, you know, so I don't always get through them. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to give book 6 a try, and hopefully it can redeem itself from book 5, because we're going to forget about book 5. We're going to forget it even happened. At least most of it. That's all of the books, all 6 books from my TBR jar. So now we're going to take a moment here. I've got my iPad here, and I'm going to go to my spin wheel. It is time to pick my book bingo. Okay, so real quick, here is a look at my book bingo and where we are at currently. I've got 2 books on there, and I am nowhere close to a bingo. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. And I have decided that for me, I'm just going to do a row. I'm not going to try to fill all of it up. Let's go ahead and do a roll to see what we get. Let's start with the sideline. Okay, we have A. Okay, this is already promising because we already have one in the A category. So let's do the top line. Nice. I don't think we have A2 now. If it would have went to A3, we would have had to re-rolled. So this is great. Books on the same line. We can do this, yes. 2026 release. So none of the books that I picked from my TBR are 2026 releases. So what I'm gonna do is, I know that there are some books setting to release in April that I absolutely am going to read. I am so excited about them. So I'm gonna use one of those books. We're gonna leave that here for now. And then we're just gonna go ahead and talk about the books that are coming out in April that I am so looking forward to. Now, I'm sure there's more books that I'm not really aware of yet, probably coming out in April, and I'll probably learn about them later, but these are the ones that I for sure know about, that I'm really excited about, that are part of series that I am trying to complete. So first, we have The Sea Spinner, which is book 2 in the Reign of Remnants. Book 1 was The Wind Weaver. I absolutely loved that book. It was really, really good. I have some issue with it. I do kind of feel like this might be leading into either a why choose or I don't know, a like love triangle sort of thing. And I'm not really into the why choose, and I'm not into the love triangle scenarios too much, but I feel like the FMC from the Wind Weaver is going to end up having more stuff happening with another guy than the guy that was from book 1 in the Wind Weaver. So I don't want to give away too much. I'm not even 100% sure. That's just what I'm perceiving I am still looking forward to the book. I am still looking forward to reading it. And the story itself really has me drawn in. I want to know more. I want to see how they work things out. I have some predictions on some of the other weavers and stuff. This series does kind of give me a Last Airbender vibe with how you got people that manipulate water and fire and air and earth. Like, you know, so it's got that whole element to it. I am looking forward to reading book 2. Next, we have The Shield of Sparrows. Book 2 is coming out. Rights of the Starling. I am so looking forward to this, you guys. Shield of Sparrows was my god tier book of 2025. I absolutely loved that book so freaking much. I can't stop talking about that book. I can't stop thinking about that book. I loved it so much. And so I'm really excited about book 2. You will bet your bottom dollar that when that book comes out, it is going to be in my hands and I'm going to be reading it. So that will probably end up being my book bingo choice, because I know for sure 100% it is getting read. The minute it comes out, I am picking it up. I am reading it. I've been looking forward to it since the second I stopped reading Shield of Sparrows. Like the minute I closed that book, I practically cried. I did not want it to end. I needed to know more. I wanted to stay immersed in the world. You know what? Let me know down in the comments if you are also excited about Rights of the Starling and if it's definitely going to be a book you guys are going to read next month. Now, another book that's coming out is from the Kings of Sen book, King of Gluttony. Now, I'm mentioning this because I am excited about it. However, I haven't gotten to that book yet. I've only read 3 books. I still have 2 more. I have King of Sloth and King of Envy that I need to finish before I even read The King of Gluttony. Although I'm excited about the book, I'm excited that it's coming out. I'm not actually probably going to read it when it comes out next month, just because I have to finish the other 2 books, and with everything else, I'm probably not going to get to that. But I am excited about it, and I figured I would share it with you guys as well. Okay, and then the last book on the books that I know of that are coming out in April that I'm personally excited about, we have Bloodsinger, which is book 2 in the Fire That Binds series. The first book is Firebird, and I just read that not too long ago, and it was a really good book, and so I'm excited about book 2. And if I'm understanding things correctly, Bloodsinger is supposed to be, it's not going to be about the same characters. It's going to be about the FMCs from book 1. It's going to be about her sister. I loved book 1. It wasn't as amazing as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a good book, and it's still worth picking up book 2 and reading book 2 and finding out what happens and seeing things from her sister's point of view, because there's a bunch of events that happened to their family, and so I'm curious how all of this works out. From what I'm understanding it from the synopsis, on her wedding day, their village gets attacked and her fiance gets murdered, and she gets taken prisoner and becomes a slave to these like dragon shifters they're like Romans, right? This is set in like the Roman Empire setup. And so then while she's there, she meets another dragon shifter who I believe saves her, all while he's trying to help her learn how to use her abilities, because she has the ability to manipulate the blood in people's bodies. So, you know, and he is part of a secret organization that are trying to take down the evil tyranny of the group that they're a part of, that are basically, you know, trying to take over the world, basically. You know, their king is all about power, and he doesn't care about anything else, and he's really evil, like, really evil. If you haven't read the series, definitely check your trigger warnings, because it definitely has a lot of elements to it that can be hard for some people to read, so definitely check your trigger warnings. Okay, so that is the end of all of the books that I am planning on reading in April, and hopefully I get through them, because yes, they're amazing. And again, I tried to pick smaller books. I think this one is the thickest book for next month, which I'm kind of excited about. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. We're just going to have to see. I am excited about them, and I'm going to be looking forward to every opportunity that I get to read. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Be looking forward to my next video, because I will be talking about all the books that I read in the month of March, and we got some things to talk about. Definitely. I mean, it was a good reading month. I mean, I feel like all of this year so far has been a really good reading month for the most part. I've had a couple flops. Join me next week. Come back. Stick around. If you're new and you're not subscribed, stay. Hit that subscribe. And also for those of you who've already been here and have been following me, hey, hit that like button for me. I would really, really appreciate it. It does help my videos get out there. And so the more a video is liked, and commented on, the more the algorithm throws it out there for other people to see. So if you guys could support me and just by hitting that like button, I would really, really, really appreciate it. It would mean so much to me. You guys take care. Enjoy your reading. Let me know what it is you guys are reading. I'm genuinely curious. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.